Coming off a 1-2 weekend against the Walla Walla Sweets, the Springfield Drifters back at home for a 3-game series against the Bend Elks. Hello and welcome to beautiful Hamlin Sports Complex, located on the campus of Hamlin Middle School. Knight Jarecki with you this afternoon as the Springfield Drifters, 1-2 on the season, take on the Bend Elks. They're 2-1. Elks coming off a series victory against Ridgefield this past weekend. Drifters lost their first 2 games against Walla Walla before winning in game number 3. Now they look to keep the winning going as they face off against Bend in the opening game of this 3-game series. A beautiful day for baseball, and I'm already loving it. Nice to be here, and we got Monty Tenney on the pregame show talking with Coach Lyle ahead of this one as the Springfield Drifters take on the Bend Elks. Now, here is that interview with Monty Tenney and Coach Lyle.
Through the first series, you guys out-hit your opponents 31-22. Despite dropping the first 2 games, you did get the win in the last game of the series. What do you think contributed to the bats hitting so well, and why do you think the runs weren't quite able to come around to score?
I think we just put a little bit too much self-inflicted pressure on ourselves with runners in scoring position. We were a little looser, maybe leading off an inning, or when it would maybe be a little less pressure situation to get on base, and then just kind of tightened up and maybe try to do a little bit more than we're capable of at this point with runners in scoring position.
And what does it tell you to know that your team can hit well? What kind of confidence does that instill in you as a coach?
Oh, that's great. I expected us to be a little bit behind the ball right now with so many players that don't have a lot of at-bats from their college season. But knowing that they can hit and knowing that all we have to do is do a little mental work on the approach and staying within ourselves and not trying to do too much with runners in scoring position, I think that once that clicks, the run production should go up big time.
What's the biggest point of emphasis coming into such a busy week? We do have 5 games straight. What's something that you're telling your team to remember so that they may not get tired or so that they can keep their competitive edge through this week?
Honestly, not trying to draw too much attention that we have 5 games, because we have a lot of weeks with 6 games in them, so they're used to playing baseball. I think most of them at this point would rather be on the field playing every day than practicing, doing 2-3 hour college practices that they're used to. So I don't really think that's an issue. We have that summer energy going right now, just trying to keep everybody fresh and active and let everybody know that they could get into the game at any point, at any time, in any game.
And then finally, through that first weekend, what was the approach on the mound? What went into the substitutions that you guys made on the mound? Who started? And what are you going to take from that into the rest of the season?
A lot of that was kind of just what we do. We like to use a lot of arms. There's a couple theories of we understand that it takes everyone being on to do well, but we also want to get as much development with every player that we can. And like I said, we want to have every player feel like that at any time they're going to get into the game, so we don't have guys checking out. We don't have guys that feel like maybe they don't get a chance to contribute, so they become the bad apple. I understand, and I totally get it. I've been that way. I think everyone has at some point. Like, if we're not playing, whether it's intentional or not, we kind of just check out a little bit. So knowing that everybody could play at any time, I like to keep them involved.
And what's the positivity like in the locker room as these guys are starting to get to know each other and play together?
Oh, it's great. This group has gelled quicker than any group I've ever been around, and that's what we talk about. We talk about 3 Ps. We talk about staying away from the results, and everything is a process. We talk about staying present. Don't worry about what happened or what's going to happen, and we talk about being positive. And if we can do those 3 things and control what we can control, I think we can do amazing things. But one thing we'll never talk about in that locker room is winning. We talk about playing the game the right way in the process, and then those factors will contribute to some wins.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
So that was Coach Lyle ahead of this game against the Bend Elks. Head coaches meeting right now at home plate. We'll take a timeout. When we return, we'll get you the starting lineups here on the Drifters live stream. Welcome back to the Hamlin Sports Complex. Knight Jarecki with you this afternoon. The Bend Elks taking on the Springfield Drifters in the opening game of this 3-game series. Currently outside, it is 73 degrees and sunny here in Springfield. A lovely day for baseball with wind blowing out towards left field. Let's go ahead and get you today's starting lineup, starting with the Bend Elks. Jace Nagler, the second baseman, leading things off. Jace Miller, he's batting second in left field. Batting third, Easton Amundsen, the first baseman. In the cleanup spot, the DH, it's Zach Woodson. In right field, batting fifth, it's Wynn Gurney. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Braden Oram. At shortstop and batting seventh, Daniel Cook, and behind the plate catching today is Hunter Allen in the eighth spot. Matt Dobson, the third baseman, rounds out the Bend Elks starting lineup. Defensively today for the Springfield Drifters. Out in left field, Nolan Miller. Aiden Gebhard in center field. Cesar Chavez in right field. In the infield, left to right, Noah Cox at third base. Austin Matrenga, his Drifters debut. He is the shortstop. Cooper Mullins is the second baseman today with DJ Lewis at first base. Behind the plate catching is Preston Armstrong. Starting on the mound today for the Springfield Drifters, it's the right-hander, Jack Klee. Into the box is Jace Nagler. On the mound is Jack Klee. Klee kicks and delivers. First pitch, it's fouled back, and we're underway. A little bit later than scheduled, but 1 minute later than scheduled. Not too bad. 6:36 here on this Tuesday afternoon. Again, 73 degrees. The current temperature, not a cloud in sight. I am loving it. So here is Jace Nagler, the second baseman, leading things off for the Bend Elks. Right-handed hitter in the box. First pitch, rather second pitch, the 0-1 is fouled back by Nagler, 0-2. So Nagler gets the start today for the Bend Elks. Nagler from Lower Columbia College, originally from Redmond, Oregon. So is Aiden Gebhard, the center fielder of the Drifters. These two probably grew up playing together. Nagler takes the pitch high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the season, batting .500 is Nagler. 4 for 8 in his limited at-bats. Played in the last 2 games of the series against Ridgefield, going 1 for 4 and 3 for 4. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Klee. Lines and deals. It's fouled back. So we'll do the 1 ball, 2 strike count one more time to Nagler. So Klee gets the start today for Springfield. This is first start of the season. Right-handed pitcher from Chemeketa. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Klee. Swing and a miss. A strikeout to start. As the right-handed pitcher sits down Nagler for out number 1. Nobody on for Jace Miller, the former Drifter. Second time Bend Elk, his second season in Bend after spending 2023 with the Drifters. Back with the Elks' 6th season after playing in 37 games last year with Bend. Miller in the back of the box. Klee on the mound. Winds and deals. It's inside. 1 ball and no strike. Miller 5 for 8 to start his summer. 4 for 4 in a game against Ridgefield on May 31st. 1 for 4 in the last game on June 1st. Pair of RBIs. 1-0 pitch. Miller thought about offering. He takes it for a strike. A nice breaking ball. It drops in the zone on the low inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Miller originally from Medford, Oregon. Went to South Medford High School. Former Panther at the plate. 1-1 pitch. He fouls it off. 1-2. Miller at the University of Portland just wrapped up his second full season there. Batted .143 this past year in 4 starts and 12 appearances. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Klee. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to start his day. 2 away. Brings up Easton Amundsen, who's a familiar face. This guy has torn up the Drifters over the past 2 seasons. Did so with the Wenatchee Apple Sox a couple of years ago. Then did so last season with the Bend Elks, the 2024 All-Star. First pitch to Amundsen. He fouls it away to the first base side, 0-1. Amundsen spent this past season at MSU Denver, Metropolitan State University of Denver. Spent the 2024 season at Liberty after transferring from Lower Columbia College. No balls and one strike from Klee. The Chemeketa Storm pitcher delivers a pitch, and it's fouled into the mitt of Preston Armstrong, 0-2. Amundsen, originally from the Pacific Northwest, from Nampa, Idaho, 6'3", 220 pounds. So back in the PNW this summer. Klee ahead. Already 2 strikeouts today. Looking for his 3rd strikeout of the inning. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Amundsen. Last season with the Elks, .355 average with 12 doubles, 3 home runs, and a triple. Large reason why he was an all-star a season ago in the WCL. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Klee. Fastball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 88 with a 23.80 spin rate from the right-hander in Klee. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Amundsen early grounds it to the first base side. Foul. 2-2. It's really fun to look at Amundsen's stats from this past season at MSU Denver. 34 home runs. That's what you get out in that league. It's a Division II league in the Colorado area, and you just look at the offensive numbers in that league. So many home runs because of the air elevation. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Popped out of play. Man, Amundsen is battling at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Klee, his 2nd appearance of the season for Springfield, threw on May 31st against Walla Walla in a 4-7 loss on opening day. 2-2. A little bit low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Amundsen's come back from down 0-2 to work the count full. Wind continues to gust out towards left field. Not as breezy as it was on Sunday, but still, nonetheless, a windy day. 3-2 pitch, down and away, and Amundsen works a walk. Really good at bat for the left-handed hitter. It'll bring up Zach Woodson, the DH. So Woodson, the cleanup hitter, comes up. Originally from Long Beach, California, playing with the Pepperdine Waves. So Klee working out of the stretch with runner at first in Amundsen. First pitch to Woodson. It's outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Woodson this season still searching for his first hit. He's appeared in 2 games, has scored 1 run as a pinch runner. Also walked, but 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts at the plate. 1-0 pitch. Chopped foul to the first base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Woodson appeared in 33 games with Pepperdine this past 2025 season. 21 starts, originally from St. John Bosco High School down in Southern California. Klee looks back towards first base, and now comes set. The 1-1 pitch popped up in the infield, out towards the left side of the infield. Noah Cox, the third baseman, searching for it, and he finds it through the sun for out number 3. Easton Amundsen, a 2-out walk. He's left stranded at first. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We're headed to the bottom of the first inning. The score is 0-0 here on the Drifters live stream. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 the score. Let's take a look at the Springfield Drifters starting lineup. Leading things off, it's the center fielder, Aiden Gebhard, the third baseman, Noah Cox in the 2 spot. Nolan Miller, he's batting third, the left fielder. Dylan Carson, the DH, in the cleanup spot. Cooper Mullins, he's batting 5th, the second baseman. In the 6th spot, it's the catcher, Preston Armstrong. At the 7 hole, it's DJ Lewis, the first baseman. Batting 8th is Cesar Chavez, the right fielder. And batting 9th, rounding out the Drifters' starting lineup, it is Austin Matranga. So that is the starting lineup for the Springfield Drifters. Now into the box, it's Aiden Gebhard. First pitch from Caleb 10. It's chopped towards the first base side. At first base, Easton Amundsen taps on the bag to record out number 1. Noah Cox coming up to the plate. So 1 out, nobody on after the first pitch to Aiden Gebhard, and here is Noah Cox. Caleb 10 winds and deals. The pitch is in for a strike. He connects with the low outside corner against Cox, 0-1. Noah Cox in the last game for Springfield. He hit a home run. Was able to send it over the left field wall. His first home run since beginning his college career. Takes a fastball high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Overall, 2 for 4 in his Drifters debut just 2 days ago on Sunday. With the wind blowing out towards left field, if he can get good, strong contact again, who knows? Maybe he'll have his second big fly. Takes another pitch for a strike, top of the zone on the inside corner, 1-2. Cox, originally from Eugene, just wrapped up his second season at Umpqua Community College, looking for his next destination. 1-2 pitch. Cox dribbles it towards the left side. At short, Daniel Cook fields, throws to first base. It's a 1-hopper, and it beats Cox for out number 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at the defensive alignment for the Bend Elks. In left field, it's Jace Miller. In center field, Braden Oram. In right field, Wynn Gurney. Matt Dobson is the third baseman. Daniel Cook, who you heard at shortstop. Jason Nagler at second base. Easton Amundsen at first. And Hunter Allen behind the plate. Here's Nolan Miller. First pitch to Nolan Miller. It's outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So Miller gets the start in the 3 spot. Hitless in the last game, but a multi-hit performance in game number 2 against Walla Walla. Had a pair of doubles and a pair of ribbies. 1-0 pitch. It's in for a strike. Another excellently located pitch by Caleb 10, the starter today for the Bend Elks. 10, a right-hander from the University of Utah. 1-1 pitch. Miller lines the ball towards right field. It's down for a base hit as the Drifters pick up their first hit of the afternoon. So it's a 2-out single for Nolan Miller as he continues to rack up some hits here in the early season.
Now batting, number 34, Dylan Carson.
Brings up Dylan Carson. So 2 outs, a runner at first, 0-0 the score, bottom of the first. Carson takes a pitch high, 1-0. Dylan Carson, just like Noah Cox, he had a home run this past weekend. Overall, it went 3 for 11, a .273 batting average in 3 starts. This is 4th start of the season. 1-0. Pops it up out towards the right side of the field. Heading into foul territory, it's Amundsen. He cuts back, and the ball drops between him and Nagler. So it goes foul. 1-1. A little bit tough again with the wind today, blowing out towards left field. I'm trying to figure out how windy it actually is today. Now Caleb 10 up there on the mound. He's used to some wind out in Utah. I know for myself, last year I was calling Oregon softball in Utah. It was about 34-mile-per-hour wind. We had a play where it was popped up towards second base, and it blew all the way into the third base dugout. Quite the stuff in Salt Lake City. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a little bit low. Now 2 balls and 1 strike to Dylan Carson, the DH today from Bushnell University. Wind right now, gusts of 18 miles per hour out towards left field. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss on a ball down low and away. Carson went chasing, 2-2. Carson, just like Noah Cox, originally from Eugene, although Cox, he went to Willamette High School. Carson from Churchill. Tam nods his head and comes set. 2-2 pitch. Carson takes it low. 80 mile per hour. Full count. So full count to Carson. Miller at first base. Drifters looking to strike first against the Elks, who are 2-1 on the season. 10 comes set. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. It gets past the catcher, Allen. Carson chasing his way towards first base, but the throw from Allen beats him for out number 3. Oh, they're going to call it a foul ball. Never mind. And I think Alan Cox is coming out to talk things over with the home plate umpire. So Carson will come back up to the plate. So it'll still be 3 balls and 2 strikes with the runner at first. All right, Tim set again. The payoff pitch. Down and away. Carson works a walk. So instead of a strikeout, it's a walk to extend the inning.
Now batting, number 4, Cooper Mullins.
Brings up Cooper Mullins. First pitch to Mullins. Lines it towards left field. It's hanging up for Jace Miller, who squeezes the mitt and makes the catch for the final out. 2 left stranded after 1 hit in the inning. No runs and no errors. We're headed to the second. The score is 0-0 here on the Drifters Streaming Network. Win Gurney to lead things off here in the top of the second inning. The score is 0-0. Thank you for joining us here today on the Drifters live stream. Updated graphics for the season. Hope you're enjoying it here at the ballpark. Pitch is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Win Gurney. Jack Clee back on the bump. 2 strikeouts in the first inning. The right-hander from Shemeketa hoping for a successful second inning. 1-0 pitch. It's flied out towards center field. Gebhard back towards the track. Looks up and it's off the wall. He collects it off the center field wall. Throws it towards third base. As at second base is Win Gurney with a leadoff double. So after the double, Braden Orem will now come up to the plate. 1 ball and no strikes from Jack Cleet. Dribbled off to the first base side, and it goes foul. 1-1. Just received word that the play-by-play was a little bit ahead of the video. Hopefully, we put a delay on now, and hopefully it's timed up a little bit more accurately. Pull it up on my phone to try to work this out. Again, this is our first time using Production Truck. Try to add some updated graphics. Kind of elevate our game production-wise this season. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Cleet. Bunt shown. It's back towards the pitcher. He fields, throws to first base. DJ Lewis is there.
Now batting, number 35, Daniel Cook.
So it brings up Daniel Cook. So we see the comment, why is the video 10 seconds behind? Again, we're trying to figure it out, new system. We connected to the camera via the Wi-Fi, and then we connected the audio via an actual mixer, just plugged in to the laptop. So, again, work with us here today. Swing and a miss by Daniel Cook. No balls and 1 strike to Cook, the shortstop from Pepperdine, originally from Monmouth, Colorado. 6 foot, 190 pounds. With a runner at third base and 1 out. Ben's looking to strike first. The 0-1 pitch from Cleet. It's down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cook, 32 starts with Pepperdine this past season. 288 average, 38 hits, 7 doubles, and a home run. One pitch. Popped up out towards the first base side. It's headed towards the bleachers and it'll land out of play. Almost hit somebody. At least that's what McKenzie told me up here in the press box. It's hard for me to see down the right field side. She's going to be my eyes today towards the bleachers, that direction. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clee delivers. It's a fastball high. 86 miles per hour from the right-hander. 2-2. Clee this past season at Chemeketa, 15 appearances, 6 starts, a 6-2 record with a save. 2-2 pitch. Jammed up, and it's fouled back by Cook. Do the 2-2 again. Clee originally from Beaverton, Oregon. Went to Beaverton High School, 6'2", 190 pounds. Full count pitch upcoming to Cook. The payoff pitch. Popped up out towards shallow right field. Chavez races in. Mullins, the second baseman, calls him off and makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, number 26, Hunter Allen.
Brings up Hunter Allen, a former Springfield Drifter, albeit he appeared in 2 games last season with just 1 at bat, but nonetheless a former Drifter, originally from the South Willamette Valley, originally from Pleasant Hill, Oregon. Another Billy we see at the ballpark. First pitch. It's up and inside, 1-0. So we see a comment that it's way better. Let us know if we need to adjust the audio delay a little bit more, if it's still ahead, if it's a little bit behind. We have the ability to alter that throughout the game. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. It's looked at for a strike. Nice slider at the top of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to Allen. Playing at Mount Hood Community College up with Rocco Ferrari, the former assistant coach of the Springfield Drifters. 1-1 pitch from Cleet. Popped up behind the plate, and it's headed behind us. 1-2. Ferrari was a large reason why Allen was with the Drifters last season. Ferrari was coaching here, and Allen was getting ready to head off to Mount Hood for his first season. He had just graduated high school at Pleasant Hill. Ferrari would come to the ballpark with Allen early before the games, right around 2 to 3 o'clock, and then work with him, and then go and do his Drifters responsibilities. Eventually, Allen became a part of the team. 1-2 pitch, line towards third on 1 hop. It's knocked down by Cox. He throws to first base. It's late, and that's going to score a run. A tough play. It was rocketed off the bat, 86 miles per hour. And Cox, who's an excellent defender at third base this past season at Umpqua Community College. Cox was a Gold Glove winner in the NWAC South at third base. That one just a bullet right off the turf. Couldn't get it to first base in time. It's going to go down as an error. Swing and a miss by Matt Dobson. 0-1. So Dobson into the box for the Elks. Nine-hole hitter, the third baseman. Pitch in. Throw back towards first base. Back there safely is Allen. 1-0 the score. It's Bend with the lead. 2 outs with the runner at first in the top of the second. Dobson from Cal State Bakersfield. Just transferred there after 2 seasons at Santa Ana College. Fouls it back, 1-2 this past season with the Roadrunners out in Bakersfield. 20 games with 47 plate appearances, 42 at-bats, a .262 record, 11 hits, a double, and a home run. Klee looks back towards first. Now gets set. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled away. Dobson stays alive. So Dobson, originally from Orange County, went the JUCO route at Santa Ana College. Really good baseball team there. They won the 2023 California State Junior College Championship. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Nice slider from Klee as he retires Dobson to end the inning. 1 run scores on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left stranded. We're now headed to the bottom of the second inning. The score is 1-0 here on the Drifters live stream. Preston Armstrong leading things out for the Springfield Drifters in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch, Armstrong chops it foul to the third base side. 0-1. So Armstrong gets the start behind the plate once again. The catcher heading off to Seattle University next season. Originally from Goodyear, Arizona, his third start with the Drifters. Caleb 10. Still out there for the Bend Elks. The right-hander going to work. 0-1 pitch. It's popped out of play. 0-2. Armstrong this season looking for his first hit. He's had a couple of good plays defensively, throwing out some runners from behind the plate. Now trying to get going offensively. 0-2 pitch. Lines it towards right center field. It's down for a base hit as Armstrong has his first hit as a Springfield Drifter. Leadoff single to start for Springfield as they trail 1-0 in the bottom of the second. And in steps DJ Lewis.
Number 28, DJ Lewis.
Lewis, this his third game with the Drifters as well. Incoming redshirt freshman at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Lewis swings and misses. 0-1. Lewis, 2 for 6 at the plate this season, a hit in each of the games that he's played in. 1 for 2 on opening day and 1 for 4 in game number 3 against the Sweets. 0-1 pitch. Chop towards third on 2 hops. Fielding it as Dobson. He goes to 2 for 1. The throw to first base. It's a double play. Around the horn, the Elks go. 5-4-3 DP. 2 outs, nobody on for Cesar Chavez.
Now batting, number 27, Cesar Chavez.
So Chavez at the plate after the double play. First pitch to him. Takes it low below the knees. 1 ball and no strikes. Chavez from Walnut, California. Playing at Cal State Los Angeles. 1-0 pitch. Looks at it. It's taken for a strike. 1-1. Catches the zone just at the bottom. 1-1. Chavez 3 hits on the season and 11 at-bats. Lines it towards short, and it goes over the head of Cook into left center field. Cutting it off is Orem. Chavez stops at first base with a 2-out single. Third hit of the game for Springfield. Now runner at first base. 2 outs for Austin Matrenga.
Now batting, number 5, Austin Matrenga.
Matrenga heading into his junior season at Grand Canyon. His Drifters debut starts with a foul ball. 0-1. So Matrenga just arriving today. One ball, or rather no balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. A little bit inside. 1-1. See the comment about adjusting the audio again. Still 1 to 2 seconds behind. Do that during the next half inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Hit out towards left field. Miller over to make the catch for out number 3. Well, 2 hits in the inning. 1 left stranded. No runs and no errors. We head to the 3rd inning. The score is 1-0. Bend with the lead here on the Drifters Streaming Network. First pitch is popped up out towards third base. Noah Cox makes the catch to retire Jace Nagler for out number 1 here in the third.
Now batting, number 13, Jace Miller.
Brings up Jace Miller now. First pitch to Jace Miller is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Miller struck out swinging his first time up. 1 out. Nobody on, 1-0 the score in the top of the third inning. It's Bend with the lead. Jack Lee kicks and deals. Popped up pretty deep out towards left field, but it's staying in the yard as Nolan Miller makes the catch out in left field. For out number 2, a little Miller to Miller action. Brings up Easton Amundsen. God, there was a lot of Millers in the game last year. I remember we had Andy Miller, Nolan Miller, and Jace Miller all in a game. It was a lot of Millers. Now Easton Amundsen to the plate. 2 outs. Nobody on. First pitch to Amundsen, taken down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Amundsen walked after falling behind 0-2. Now takes a pitch low and gets ahead. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, we thank you for joining us here today on the Drifters live stream, playing with the new graphics. Feel like it's a much-needed upgrade in our 4th season. Swing and a miss by Amundsen. 2-1. Always good to welcome in the Bend Elks. Fun club. I've had a lot of memorable games, a lot of extra inning games against the Elks throughout the years. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clee looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Already with 3 strikeouts. Can he get his 4th? 2-2. In the dirt. It's a full count to Amundsen. Amundsen gets back in. Already 1 home run on the season for Easton Amundsen. It came in the last game against Ridgefield. Payoff pitch. Ropes it towards right field, and it's foul. Just right of the line. A little bit early on the swing. Good movement from Klee. Now, almost 5 inches of horizontal break. So we'll do the full count pitch one more time to Amundsen. 3-2 pitch. It's low and away, and Amundsen works another full count walk. Really patient hitter at the plate this past season at Metropolitan State University of Denver. You wouldn't know that. He had 79 strikeouts on the season to just 33 walks. I mean, he did pop over 34 home run balls over the fence. But nonetheless, he walks here, and now Zach Woodson will come to the plate. His second at bat of the game with a runner at first and 2 outs. Takes a pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Woodson popped up to first base. Now swings and drives the ball out towards right center field. Pretty deep. A long run for Gebhardt, and he makes the catch before crashing into the wall. What a play by Aiden Gebhardt. 103 miles per hour off the bat. He smoked it to center field, but Gebhardt tracks it down for out number 3. 1 left stranded. No hits, no errors, and no runs. We're headed to the bottom of the third. The score is 1-0 here on the Drifters live stream. Hayden Gebhard leading things out for the Springfield Drifters in the bottom of the third inning. Top of the order, 1, 2, 3, Gebhard, Cox, and Miller. First pitch from Caleb 10. Gebhard fouls it away, 0-1. What a play in center field by Hayden Gebhard to end the top of the third inning. He ran, it felt like a mile in center field to track down a 103-mile-per-hour line drive to dead center by Zach Woodson. And now Gebhard at the plate takes a pitch high, 1-1. Gebhard 0 for 1 with a ground out to first base. Now the left-handed hitter, who's now officially in the transfer portal, in the box. 1-1 pitch. It's taken for a strike. 1-2. Was talking with Gebhard on Sunday. Said he wasn't going to go back to Northern Colorado. He was going to enter the transfer portal yesterday, and it's officially Tuesday, so he is in the transfer portal. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for 10. One away. So an out, nobody on for Noah Cox in the bottom of the third. Drifters trailing 1-0 against the Bend Elks.
Number 43, Noah Cox.
Cox 0 for 1. Grounded out to shortstop. Right-handed hitter from Umpqua back in to face off against 10. The right-hander from Utah. 10 delivers a pitch for a strike, 0-1. 10, this is his first start of the season with the Bend Elks. Redshirted this past season at Utah, originally from Hawaii. Good size, 6'3", 210 pounds. 0-1 pitch. Cox pops it up out towards left field. Dying quickly for Jace Miller, who trots in. Squeezes the mitt for out number 2. Brings up Nolan Miller on this fantabulous day in Springfield.
Nolan Miller.
So Miller in the box. First pitch to him. In for a strike. 10 able to connect with the upper outer corner. 0-1. Miller another hit to his name this season in his first at-bat. The left-handed hitter from Portland. Dribbles one up towards the third base side. 10 fields, throws to first base. It's a little high, but Amundsen's tall enough to make the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. The Drifters go. We head to the fourth inning. The score is 1-0. Bend with the lead here on the Drifters live stream. New pitcher into the game for the Springfield Drifters. It's the southpaw Trey Lagrone, set to face off against batters 5, 6, and 7. Win Gurney, Braden Oram, and Daniel Cook. First pitch from Lagrone, a fastball that swung on and missed. 0-1. 87-mile-per-hour fastball from the left-hander from McQueen High School out in Reno, Nevada. No stats this season at UNLV as a redshirt for the Rebels. 0-1 pitch, it's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Win Gurney, who doubled his first time up, sent one off the center field wall. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Legrone. Another fastball, and it's up and away. 2-1, 88 miles per hour that time from Legrone, who was a quarterback in high school at McQueen High School. Threw for 730 yards in 11 games as a senior. 2-1 pitch. It's looked at down low. 3 balls and 1 strike to Gurney. He's heading off to Oregon State University next season. He's going to be a freshman there. Just wrapped up his high school career at La Mirada High School. Originally from Manhattan Beach, California. 3-1. Fastball up and away. It's a walk to Gurney. So leadoff walk puts a runner at first base for Bend in the top of the 4th inning. Score is 1-0. Elks with the lead.
Your beer batter.
And it's your beer batter, Braden Orem. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. If you can hear with the radio in the backdrop, they said beer batter is up to bat. Got to let everybody know, because if he strikes out, fans get 50% off their Coors Light. We're 2 for 3 on the season. It's pretty good. We'll see if we can go 3 for 4 today with our beer batter. This one courtesy of Monty Tenney. I didn't get to pick it today. He wanted to pick Orem, a former Dub City fish stick, or Tenney interned with last year. Tenney, our PA announcer this season with the Drifters, at least over the first couple of games. I'm sure we'll get Tenney on the play-by-play mic eventually this season. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Legrone. It's a nice off-speed pitch that's in for a strike. Now 3 feet of vertical break. And dropped in to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes to Orem. Let's see if he can get the strikeout here. Looks towards first. Now delivers. Down and inside, 2-2. Fans on the edge of their seats. They want the cheap beer. Why would you not? It is a beautiful day for baseball. 71 degrees, sunny. Little bit of haze out towards the outfield. A nice breeze. Doesn't get better than this. 2-2 pitch. Popped out of play. Do it again. Orem's making Legrone work for this strikeout. We're trying to talk it into existence. I feel like if we keep mentioning it, maybe it's going to happen. Legrone set. 2-2 pitch. Down and inside. Count goes full. And there's been a lot of full counts today for the Bend Elks batters. This already the 4th full count for the Elks, and we're just into the 4th inning. Payoff pitch. Popped up out of play. Do it again. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Orem from Lower Columbia College, originally from Lacey, Washington. The payoff pitch. It's up and away, and we do not get the cheap beer. Dang. It's going to be a walk. Back-to-back walks to start. Good at bat for Orem to work a walk after falling behind. And the Elks batters today, him and Amundsen, working 0-2 counts into a walk. And now coming out is Dean Stiles to talk things over with Legrone. Pretty good crowd today for a Tuesday. It is cap giveaway. Bunch of nice Drifters caps in the stands that we're seeing. I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but I do feel like we have a pretty good merch shop in comparison to a lot of WCL teams. A lot of that because Kelly Richardson is one of our owners, the owner of Richardson Sports. But the cap giveaway is always popular. Today, it's more of a full blue trucker hat. There's some baby blue trucker hats out in the stands as well that we gave out. Now we had the white and blue Drifters cap with a pink accent last year for one cap giveaway. And then the other one was a camo hat giveaway. I think we have the camo hat giveaway coming up later on this season. I think it's actually coming up in a few weeks. It's going to be, I believe, Military Appreciation Night and then the Camo Cap giveaway. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Stay up to date with our social media and see all of our promotions online on our website. Runners at first and second. Nobody out in the top of the fourth. Legrone looks back towards second base after the break with Stiles. Pitch in. It's a bunt shown by Daniel Cook. It's right back to Legrone. He looked back towards second. He pump fakes, throws it, and it's off the mitt of Mullins. He couldn't squeeze it in time. A little bit of miscommunication between Mullins and Lewis. Lewis, the first baseman, and Mullins, the second baseman. That's going to go down as an error.
Now batting, number 26, Hunter Allen.
So an E4 will load the bases. The second error of the game for Springfield. Drifters, man, they had 5 errors in their first 2 games. Now up to 7 on the season. This just game number 4. Pitch in for a strike. 0-1 to Hunter Allen with the bases loaded and nobody out in the top of the 4th inning. Ben looking to put up a crooked number. Foul back. Two balls and no strikes. So Hunter Allen at the plate. His first time up, he reached on an error. Here's the pitch. It's a check swing, and it's fouled away. Billy Dodson out to hand over some new balls to the umpire. So 2 balls and 1 strike from Legrone. Big at bat here for Hunter Allen. 2-1. Hit back up the middle. Mullins at second base. Tries to tag out the runner. Does not get the tag, and he throws to first base to retire Allen. In to score from third base is Wynn Gurney, as that's the second run for Bend. Worm advances to third. Cook avoids the tag and ends up at second base. It's an RBI ground out. 4-3 for out number 1. Now runners at second and third. 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch from Legrone. It is down and away. Matt Dobson takes ball 1. Dobson, his second at bat. He struck out swinging to Jack Lee, who finished his day with 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run, no earned runs with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch. It misses high. 2 balls and no strikes from Legrone. Legrone threw 1 inning against Walla Walla. It was on May 31st, a couple of days ago. Allowed 2 runs. 1 was earned, 1 was unearned, with 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout to the 6 batters he faced. 1-0 pitch. Popped up out towards right field. Heading back is Lewis, the first baseman, and it drops right in front of Chavez, then banks right off of him. At second base with a double is Matt Dobson. Both runs come in and score, and Bend extends the lead, as it is now 4-0 Elks. Brings up Jace Nagler, a crooked inning already for Bend with 3 runs coming in. So top of the order, here's Nagler with the runner at second. Takes a pitch up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. So Nagler up for the 3rd time. Hitless today, a strikeout and a pop-up. Right-handed hitter from Lower Columbia College. 2-0. Foul tipped away. 2-1. Nagler, a .315 average with the Red Devils this past season. 57 hits, 10 doubles, 2 home runs, and 35 RBIs. Playing his home games at historic David Story Field. 2-1 pitch, runner on the move. Pitch is down and inside. Armstrong does not offer a throw as Dobson steals third base with ease. 3 balls and 1 strike from Trey Legrone. The 3-1 pitch. In the dirt. It's a walk. Should be. I actually had it 2-1. Kaylee again. If you don't know, Kaylee, our new scorekeeper, she's been struggling a little bit. A lot better today. She's laughing in the booth next door. Mackenzie, she's doing great right here on graphics this afternoon. 3-1, it's grounded towards the right side. Diving play by Mullins off his knee. He throws to first base, and he retires. Nagler. Nice play for Mullins. And that is the second out. Brings up Jace Miller. Miller also hitless today. Strikeout and a flyout. 1 run came in to score. It is 5-0 Elks as Miller fouls it away. 0-1. So an RBI ground out for Nagler. So the steal helps out the Elks as they've put up 4 runs in the inning. Now Miller looks to extend the inning. Legrone just trying to get out of this inning. Just the 4 runs coming in. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Down and inside. 1-1. Miller with the Drifters in 2023, a .238 batting average in 22 games played, 15 hits, 1 double. One pitch. Fastball up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Legrone finally gets the work out of the windup with nobody on. The 2-1 pitch. Miller pops it up to the first base side. Out of play. Nope. Looks like it was caught for the final out. Again, tough angle for me. Kenzie, you were supposed to help me out. She did not. It's okay. We're learning. She's juggling a lot today. Miller pops out for out number 3. 5-0 the score. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning after Bend scores the 4 runs on just 1 hit with 1 error in the inning and a pair of walks. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, 5-0. Elks with the lead here on the Drifters live stream. Pitch is outside to Dylan Carson. 1 ball and no strikes to start this bottom of the 4th inning. Carson, Cooper Mullins, and Preston Armstrong. As this is fouled away by Carson. 1 ball and 1 strike from Caleb 10. Carson, he walked his first time up. Right-handed hitter from Bushnell back in the box. 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Carson playing in his home ballpark. A lot of familiarity here. 2-1. Launches the ball way up in the sky, staying in the yard. In center field, Orem loses his hat, but he finds the ball for out number 1. Brings up Cooper Mullins.
Now batting, number 4, Cooper Mullins.
So here's Cooper Mullins. 0 for 1 with the fly out to left field. Takes the pitch high, 1-0. Mullins' 3rd season with the Springfield Drifters. Hits in his last 2 games, looking to extend the hit streak to 3. 1-0 pitch. It's high. 2 balls and no strikes from the Utah Ute and Caleb 10. Mullins redshirted at Michigan this past spring. 25 appearances as a freshman in 2024. 2-0 pitch. It is high. 3 balls and no strikes. .30 pitch to Mullins. Looked at for a strike, 3-1. So Mullins taking on the 3-0 pitch. 10, just 1 walk so far. 3-1. It's taken for a strike. Ooh, Mullins thought he was headed to first base, and looking at the TrackMan right now, it was certainly below the zone. But 10 gets the favorable call. It's a full count pitch upcoming. Here it is. Grounded towards the right side on 2 hops. It's Amundsen who fields and flips it over to 10 for out number 2. Brings up Preston Armstrong with 2 outs and nobody on. The Drifters right now trailing 5-0 against Bend. They're actually out hitting the Elks 3-2. It's just 2 errors that have cost the Springfield Drifters, plus a pair of walks as well. So here's Armstrong, first pitch to him. He fouls it away, 0-1. He picked up his first hit as a Springfield Drifter back in the 2nd inning. That was a part of a 2-hit second, but after getting to first base, DJ Lewis, who was on deck, he grounded into a double play, as Armstrong's time on the base paths was short-lived. Takes the 0-1 for a strike. Pretty good pitch, but Allen couldn't squeeze the mitt. Fully grab the pitch. Now no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch to Armstrong. Ooh, it hits him on the back. First hit by pitch by 10. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning. And DJ Lewis back to the box.
DJ Lewis.
As mentioned, Lewis grounded into a double play. It went around the horn. Dobson to Nagler to Amundsen, 5-4-3. Let's see what DJ does in AB number 2. Pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes from 10. So again, no appearances this past season at University of Utah. Redshirted with the Utes in their first season in the Big 12. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. So odd, no more Pac-12 players in the WCL. I guess you could have some Pac-12 players in the Oregon State guys, but this season at least, Oregon State, Washington State, a little bit different. Oregon State was an independent, Washington State in the WCC. Pitch up and inside. 3 balls and no strikes. But no official Pac-12 baseball season. Looks like an assistant coach going out to talk things over with Caleb 10. To be honest, we couldn't figure out who the assistant coaches were for Bend. It wasn't on their website. And I'm going to be honest, I forgot to ask their broadcaster that question. We were setting up the new graphics today, and so we did not get the answer to that question today. But we will have it for tomorrow, maybe even later on in this game. I might do that. Go ask them in between half innings. So 3 balls and no strikes. Runner at first, 2 outs. 5-0, Bend with the lead in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch in for a strike, 3-1. 10 back in the at-bat. Three-one pitch. Down and away, and it's a walk. So a hit by pitch and a walk extend the inning. Put 2 on for Springfield in the bottom of the 4th. Let's see if the Drifters can do something with the free bases.
Number 27, Cesar Chavez.
Here's Cesar Chavez, a single his first time up. See if he can go 2 for 2 here. First pitch. It's a fastball. Catches the zone at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Chavez an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position at second. First time today the Drifters have had a runner at second base. The 0-1. Up and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Chavez. From Cal State Los Angeles, the first ever Cal State LA player for the Springfield Drifters. Ten looks back towards second. Now looks to the plate. Kicks and deals. It's down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. A little bit fun with the new coaching staff, the new GM as well. And with that, you have new players on the roster than you typically would with the coaches previously on staff here. And so it's fun seeing the new colleges that pop up like Chavez and Cal State Los Angeles. The new management of the Springfield Drifters. 2-1 pitch. It is outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Chavez. So 10 rolled through the first 2 batters, Carson and Mullins. Hit by pitch and a walk to extend to the inning. Now the 3-1. Chavez lines it towards right field. It's down for a base hit. They're waving Armstrong, and now they hold him. As Hubbs was initially giving him the green light and then put up the stop sign right as Armstrong was rounding third base. Chavez now 2 for 2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And there's going to be a pitching change. New pitcher coming in for Bend. We'll take a timeout, let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break here on the Drifters live stream. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The new pitcher in the game is Elijah Knowlton as he catches the zone for a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1 to Austin Matranga. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 5-0 the score. Caleb 10, 3 2/3, 4 hits, no runs so far. Responsible for all 3 base runners with 2 walks, a hit by a pitch, and a strikeout. Matranga slaps this one foul. 0-2. So Knowlton comes into the game for the Bend Elks. A right-hander from Edmonds Community College. So the right-hander in relief. Looking for a strikeout here to end the threat from Springfield. The 0-2 pitch. Chopped right back to Knowlton. He fields it on one hop. A low throw to first base, but Amundsen catches it for the final out. Well, 1 hit, 3 left stranded, no errors, and no runs. We're headed to the 5th. 5-0 the score. It's the Elks with the lead. Top of the 5th inning, Blake Stavros now into the game for Trey LaGrone as Stav misses up and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Easton Amundsen. 2 walks today for the 2024 WCL All-Star as he steps up to the plate with the Elks leading 5-0. Wind continues to howl out towards left field as Stavros misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. Trey LaGrone, 1 hit, 4 runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts in his 1 inning of relief. Came in for Jack Lee last inning in the 4th, and his day is done after just 1. 2-0 pitch from Stavros, down and away. 3 balls and no strikes to Amundsen, who's in danger. I guess not in danger, but on the verge of walking for the 3rd time today. We saw Isaiah Chacon for Walla Walla in the game on Sunday. He walked 5 times in the victory for Springfield. 3-0, it's taken for a strike. Whew. Favorable call for Stavros. He'll take it. 3 balls and 1 strike. Amundsen was on the verge of tossing his bat out towards the 3rd base dugout. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch from Stavros. It's up and away. Oh my gosh, again, same spot, and he calls it a strike again. At least he's consistent. I will say on the track, man, it Certainly looks a little bit outside, and from the naked eye, it also looks outside, as you can tell with the way that I've called the pitches. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout. Stav sits down Amundsen. 1 away. Brings up Zach Woodson, the DH. Woodson 0 for 2, a pop up to first and a fly out to center field. Sent it for a ride, and it was 103 miles per hour off the bat. Aiden Gebhardt tracked it down in Zed center. First pitch, fastball inside, 1 ball and no strikes. So we had the Sweets in town this past weekend. We told the story about the Sweets and their names, the Walla Walla Sweets. It's good to hear that Ethan Klein, he's back. His car, it isn't completely toast, but he did need to get a new battery. Pitches outside, 2-0. But he enjoyed the joke about Garlic, Gilroy, and that. But it is cool that I have different mascots. The Elks, I'm sure there's a good amount of Elks out in eastern Oregon. 2 balls and no strikes. Popped out of play, 2-1. But for the Sweets, I mean, that's what Walla Walla is known for. The sweet onions. Probably one of the better vegetables, better than a radish. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Stav. Down low and away, 3-1. Now, maybe you could call a team the Carrots. Like, that would be a fun name. Like the Carolina Carrots, maybe. I'll go to work. I'll think of some more Pacific Northwest cities we can name a team. This one found a way. 3-2. Maybe about food, vegetables. Kenzie, where do you think there should be a team?
Name the Carrots?
Yeah, I mean, it could be the Carrots. We're putting her on the spot here in the booth. Connecticut. That's nowhere in the Pacific Northwest, but the Connecticut Carrots would be a great minor league baseball team. Yeah, California is too spot on. Flip it away. Actually, really great story. One of my friends in high school, his grandfather invented the baby carrot. Yeah, crazy enough. So they used to have like scraps of carrots. They had a carrot farm, and they would take the scraps of carrots. They had to like kind of weasel it down to make that like carrot shape, and like the little scraps, they didn't know what to do with them, and so they put them in like a big giant bin. As the pitch comes in for a strike, 0-1, and then they eventually rounded them out to make eatable baby carrots, and that's what they're known for. He eventually went on and played football at Stanford and then at Georgia, and now is in the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings. No balls and 1 strike as the pitch gets behind Preston Armstrong. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's the Urasic family, originally from Bakersfield. And Wynn Gurney at the plate from California, not from Bakersfield, although there is a Bakersfield Roadrunner on the Bend Elks. That's Matt Dobson, who's batting in the 9-hole. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Up and inside, 2-1. Drifters, they're going to be playing in Roseburg next Monday. If you wanted to go with Radish, you could be Roseburg Radishes, but I don't know if that's the move. As somebody that lives in Roseburg, I don't know if that's necessarily the one that we pick. 2-1. Broken bat, bounce to the right side. Mullins sidearms it to first base, and it gets away from Lewis. In to score is Zach Woodson, as it's now 6-0 Bend after the air. Think it's going to go down as maybe a hit and then an error to allow the run to come in and score.
Now batting. The beer batter, number 2, Braden Oram.
Braden Oram going to be coming up to the plate to face off against Stavros in this 6-0 ball game. I have just 3 hits for the Elks with 6 runs scored and 3 errors defensively for the Drifters. So here's Braden Orem now. First pitch. Up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Orem from Lacey, Washington. I believe his brother is Camden. Played for the Ridgefield Raptors last year and at Linfield. 1-0 is in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Orem. Sack bunt and a walk. And he's the beer batter. Stavros already 1 strikeout in the inning. One ball and 1 strike. The pitch from Stav. Swing and a miss. Got him a chase on a pitch down and away. A little over 6 feet of horizontal break, or 6 inches, I should say, of horizontal break. Good stuff from Stavros. 6 feet would be crazy break. I've seen 2 feet at this ballpark. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Bounces in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was Bridger Holmes, who's now playing in Salt Lake City. The Salt Lake Bees. Got drafted in the top 10 rounds last year by the Los Angeles Angels. Was in single A this spring and then just got called up to triple A. The highest advancing Springfield Drifter yet. Swing and a miss. A strikeout and cheap beer.
Fans with that strikeout, all cans.
How about that? Half off Coors Light. They may need it. It's 6-0 Bend. Enjoy the day.
Now batting number 35, Daniel Cook.
Brings up Daniel Cook. 2 outs. A runner at first base, 6-0. Bend with the lead in the top of the 5th. First pitch swinging. It's bounced to the left side. Matranga fields and taps on the second base bag to end the inning. Well, Bend, they score 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and none left stranded. We now head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Halfway through this game, it is 6-0. Elks with the lead here on the Drifters streaming network. Aiden Gebhard leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gebhard bunts the ball towards the left side, and it's bunted foul. No balls and 1 strike. Gebhard a ground out to first base and a strikeout swinging. So up for the 3rd time today. Gebhard in the box. The 0-1. It is up and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So top of the order, Gebhard, Noah Cox, and Nolan Miller. 1, 2, and 3 for Springfield. Elijah Knowlton still in the game. The right-hander kicks and deals. It's upstairs 2-1 strike. Got the lights turning on in the outfield. It's getting a little bit later. About an hour and a half into this ball game, halfway through. 2-1. Up and away, 3-1 strike. Springfield out hitting Bend 4-3. But it is 6-0. Elks with the lead. 3-1 pitch. Taken for a strike. Gebhard was treaded towards first base, and he'll have to get back in the box. Tis the fence on the track man. We get to see it in hindsight. The umpire, they have a tough job. The umpires out there, they have to make the call real time. For us, we get to just look at the strike zone like it's the MLB TV app, and you can see the strike zone. Not here. Pitch is grounded towards the right side, and at second, Nagler fields and throws to first to retire Gebhard. So it's like you kind of see the box on the MLB games. For us in the press box, we have the advantage of getting to look at it when it comes in. After the fact, the umpire, again, they're just out there seeing it with their eyes in real time. That's a tough job out there. 1 out, nobody on. This one fouled away. 0-1 to Noah Cox as the Desperado walk-up song. I think that's Jasmine's favorite. Mackenzie, for you, I think if you had a walk-up song, it'd be Fergalicious. I could see that for you. The 0-1, it's down and away, 1-1 strike. What do you think? Yes or no on that walk-up song? She gives a thumbs up. So 1-1 strike to Noah Cox. Here's the pitch. Popped up out towards the right side. Into the bleachers, 1-2. She's learning. She's leaning out the window. She's trying to help me out. The little kid got it, she said. Got me with the assist. Jasmine, our assistant GM, she's the one that loves the song Desperado, and so she was here today. Wasn't here on Sunday. 1-2, it's a little bit high. 2-2. It was graduation at Linfield, so she was up there for that and didn't get to hear it, but is here today, so she does get to hear the walk-up song for Noah Cox. 2-2. Called strike 3. Rings him up for out number 2.
Now batting, number 22, Nolan Miller.
Brings up Nolan Miller. Single and a ground out so far. 6-0 the score. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Miller. Takes it up and away, 1-0. I believe he has the same walk-up song of last year. Show goes on. My favorite one from last year is Ethan Buckley, who, by the way, is now in the transfer portal. The first South African to play college baseball at the Division I level. He was right here in Springfield last summer. 1-0 pitch is inside. 2 no strikes. His walk-up song, Could You Be Loved by Bob Marley. Always was one of my favorites as well. 2-0 pitch. It's outside. 3 no strikes. But Buckley, he went to Gonzaga this past year. A little bit of action. But now in the transfer portal. I hope someone picks him up. One of the best human beings that you will meet. 3-0 pitch. It's taken for a strike. 3-1. So Miller does not get the green light on the 3-0 pitch. Back in the box against Elijah Knowlton. 3-1. Popped out of play. 3-2. Drifters trail 6-0. 1 run for Bend in the second. 4 in the fourth. And 1 in the top half of this 5th inning. Knowlton's payoff pitch. And Nolan Miller works a walk. He's on base for the second time today. Brings up Dylan Carson. Walk and a fly out so far. 2 outs, a runner at first base. Nolan fires in a pitch. Swung on and miss. 0-1 to Carson. One of the 10-day contract guys on the Springfield Drifters. Hoping to play his way into a full-time roster spot. 0-1. Misses, now 1 ball and 1 strike. It's always the fun in the first few weeks of the season, seeing some of the 10-day guys get some action and try to earn their way to the roster. We saw that from Billy Dotson. He worked his way onto the roster and ended up sticking around, and guess what? He's back once again this season. 2 balls and 1 strike as the pitch is down and away. He was a 10-day guy and then earned his spot on the full roster. Was welcomed back last season and then is back with the squad for his 3rd full year. Pitch low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Carson on the verge of walking for the 2nd time today. Three 3-1 pitch. Big hack and a big miss. 3-2. So full count to Carson. Drifters is just trying to get any sort of momentum. Three-two pitch. It's taken low. And it's another walk. So back-to-back walks with 2 outs, but 2 on for Cooper Mullins.
Now batting number 4, Cooper Mullins.
Mullins 0 for 2, a ground out to first and a fly out to left field. Left-handed hitter from Eugene, a Marist High School graduate. Mullins looks at the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Mullins, just like Dotson, a 3rd-year Springfield Drifter. It's pretty fun to see these guys come back each summer. This is my 4th year with the Drifters. Mullins fouls it away, 0-2. So you kind of see these guys develop and grow a little bit each year. It's crazy to think young Cooper Mullins is already a veteran on this squad. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouls it back. Stays alive. No balls and 2 strikes from Knowlton. The right-hander from Edmonds. Pitched with the Bellingham Bells last season. The 0-2 delivery. Fouled back. Stays alive. Pitched against the Drifters twice last season. Both games here at Hamlin Sports Complex in that final series of the year. In a 5-1 win for the Bells, he threw 2 2/3 innings. Picked up the win. Allowed just 1 run on 5 hits across those 2 2/3 innings. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Mullins. Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Overall, he went 1-0 on the season in 8 games with a 7.07 ERA, 14 innings pitched with 15 strikeouts and 15 walks last season with the Bells. So from Bellingham to Bend. The 1-2. Mullins slaps it to left field. It's going to roll. Being waved around third is Nolan Miller, and he'll come in and score. Mullins an RBI single, and the Drifters are on the board. It's 6-1. Two-out rally for Springfield. Walk single, and it's 6-1, the 5th hit of the game for the Drifters. Now 2 outs, 2 on, in a 6-1 game, a 5-run game now for Preston Armstrong, who's 2 for 2 on base percentage today with a single and a hit by pitch. First pitch, it's fouled back, 0-1. Knowlton this past season at Edmonds appeared in 16 games, 6 starts, a 2-4 win-loss record. Had 2 saves overall in 39 innings pitched. The 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball looked at for a strike. 0-2 as Knowlton gets ahead. Knowlton from Bellingham, Washington. So he stayed at home last summer in Bellingham and now makes a long trek to Oregon. The 0-2, it's lifted out of play, foul. Remember, Knowlton from last year, Colby Knutson, who was interning with the Drifters last season. He was from the Bellingham area and knew the Knowlton family. The 0-2. Looked at, called strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning ends it after 2 walks, a single, 2 left stranded, 1 run with the 1 hit and no errors. We're headed to the 6th. The score is 6-1 here on the Drifters streaming network. Hunter Allen to lead things off with Blake Stavros back on the mound for Springfield. The right-hander from Bushnell misses inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Really awesome to see this facility in its 4th year, and Stavros, he's been a part of this facility for now 3 years. The member of the Bushnell Beacons, and now the Drifters for another year. Allen pops it up out towards second base. Cooper Mullins makes the catch for out number 1. Matt Dobson and Jace Nagler due up.
Now batting, number 22, Matt Dobson.
Here's Dobson. Cal State Bakersfield Roadrunner. 2 RBI double his last time up. And Dobson now 1 for 2, his 3rd AB. First pitch to him. Ooh, almost hit him. Look out. 1 ball and no strikes as he gets out of the way. 81 miles per hour up and inside. Wasn't the hardest thrown ball, but certainly a frightening one. 1-0 up and inside. Stavros is saying back off. Not even like he's crowding the plate, although he is backing up a little bit in the box. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Loses the bat, fouls off the ball. 2-1. Attendance today, over 400. About 450 fans in the building today. Had a good turnout to start this season. Pitch is down and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Had over 800 fans on opening day. Over 400 fans. Game number 2, and now over 400 fans once again on a Tuesday. 3-1 pitch from Stavros. It's fouled away. 3 and had a scheduled change upcoming next Monday. Drifters will be heading down to Roseburg to take on the Medford Rogues. I believe that game will be streamed on 1490 The Score on YouTube. It's a neutral site exhibition game to raise money for the Douglas County Baseball Association. Jam shot popped up in the infield for the second time in this inning. Cooper Mullins makes a catch for out number 2.
Now batting number 14, Jace Nagler.
Brings up Jace Nagler. Strikeout, pop-up, and ground out. So he's 0 for 3. 6-1 the score, top of the 6th. It's the Elks with the lead. Stavros delivers a pitch, and it hits him. Nagler, Ward on the back, and he'll head to... Stavros almost hit Dobson, but he does hit Nagler this time. Brings up Jace Miller. Strikeout, fly out, and pop up. So Miller back at Hamlin. Former Drifter from a couple of years ago. Pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Last year, he really tore it up against Springfield. Had a 3 for 3 game, 2 RBIs, a 4 for 6 game with 2 home runs. Tomahawks one towards third. It's foul. Long throw for Cox would have been offline, but it was blown dead. A foul ball, according to the home plate umpire. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, 4 for 6 day with 3 runs, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. That was in a 14-3 win for the Elks on July 31st last season. A lot of games versus Bend last year. Not so many this year with the addition of the Marion Berries. 1-1, grounded sharply down the third base line. It ricochets off the wall in left field, and Miller overran it. Coming in to score from first base is Nagler. Stopping at second with an RBI double is Jace Miller. And the Elks are back up by 6. It's 7-1. Miller continues to haunt the Drifters here at Hamlin. And the former South Medford Panthers at second base with a 2-out double. And let's see what the Elks do here with this short rally. Easton Amundsen, a tough out today, a couple of walks. Then a controversial strikeout after taking a couple of pitches that were well outside the zone. He cuts through the first pitch, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Easton Amundsen. The Metropolitan State University of Denver product. Boy, is that a mouthful. The 0-1 is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Amundsen. And he's a WCL veteran at this point as well. His third year with 2 teams. Down and inside, gets away from Armstrong. Throw goes to third as Miller snags third base. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Amundsen with a runner at third base. See, some firefighters have made their way to Hamlin Sports Complex to enjoy the afternoon. Fans wearing some jerseys. We have some of the best deals in town. Jerseys, $36. 2-1 pitch. It's a little bit low. 3 balls and 1 strike. I mean, there are not many baseball ballparks you can go to, if any, that you can get a jersey for $30 at the Hamlin Sports Complex. Definitely come out for a game. 3-1 pitch. Rocketed a mile in the sky out towards right field. Staying well in the yard. Chavez lost it, and it's down. Amundsen's at second base. It's going to go down as a double. That launch angle was ridiculous. I'm going to have to look at it in just a second. It was 109 miles per hour off the bat, and the exit angle was 50 degrees, almost straight up in the air. And Amundsen has a double to bring in Miller, and it's 8-1. Bend with the lead. And now it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter.
Number 37, Miles Potter.
So Miles Potter is going to come up to hit for Zach Woodson. Woodson pop up twice and a walk. First pitch to Potter. It's a big swing and a miss, 0-1. So 2 runs have come in on this 2-out rally for Bend, 8-1. All Elks. No balls and 1 strike. Stavros looks back towards second. The 0-1 pitch. It's a little bit low. 1-1 to Potter. Right-handed hitter from De Anza College. This past season at De Anza. 297 average, 38 RBIs, 12 home runs, 7 doubles, a triple. Stavros looks back towards second, does not throw that direction. Drifters used a lot of pitchers in their first few games of the season. Opening day, they utilized 6 pitchers. The last game, they used 7 against Walla Walla and 5 in game number 2. Potter grounds it sharply to short, bobbled initially, and the throw from Matrenga goes wide, and that'll score another run. So it'll be an error. So the inning will continue. The E6, the 4th error of the game for Springfield.
Now running number 46, Nolan McCormick.
And Nolan McCormick is going to go in and pinch run.
Correction. Number 43, Zach Woodson.
So Woodson is back to running. Either way, it's an E6 to put a runner at second. 4th error of the game, and it's 9-1. As Amundsen comes in to score after Matrenga's throw went wide. After a thanks to win Gurney. "1-0. Fouled away, 1-1. Gurney a double, a walk, a single, plus a run scored twice. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to Gurney. With the runner at second. Stavros trying to complete the inning. The 1-2. It's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And taking third base is Woodson, we believe. Two balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from Stavros. It's looked at, and it's called strike 3. That'll end the inning. Stavros picks up his 3rd strikeout, but a total of 3 runs come in on 2 hits and an error, 1 left stranded. The score is 9-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Bend with the lead here on the Springfield Drifters streaming network. Jackson Walker leading things off to start the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch to Walker, it's a fastball thrown for a strike, 0-1. It catches the zone in the top right corner. 0-1 to the right-handed hitter, and Walker, who has his first at-bat today. Chase Nye is on deck. Looks like he's going to come in for Cesar Chavez. No balls and 2 strikes to Walker. Comes in for DJ Lewis, who was 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Walker takes called strike 3. Elijah Knowlton picks up his 3rd strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts dating back to last inning. And now Chase Nye. So Nye is going to pinch hit for Cesar Chavez. Left-handed hitter into the box for the Drifters. First pitch, grounds it towards third. Matt Dobson fields, throws to first base to retire Nye. 2 away. And now Bryant Starr. First look at Starr.
Now batting number 2, Bryant Starr.
So Starr, his first at-bat as a Springfield Drifter, just joined the club today from Lebanon, Oregon. Pitch is high, 1-0. Starr this past season at Lynn Benton. 280 was his average, 10 doubles. Checks his swing. He went around. 1 ball and 1 strike. Won the NWAC championship with the Roadrunners up at Lynn Benton. Started his season with 3 straight multi-hit games. Let's see if he can get a hit here to start his season with the Drifters. Takes a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Knowlton looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The right-hander comes set, kicks and fires. 1-2. Low and away. 89-mile-per-hour fastball from the right-hander. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Low. Count goes full. Starr walked 22 times this past season. Three-two. It's high, and it's a walk to Starr. So a walk will extend the inning. Springfield last inning, they scored 1 run. It came with a 2-out rally started by a couple of walks. Here's Aiden Gebhardt, top of the order, back up for Springfield. First pitch, Gebhardt. He takes the pitch for a strike. Fastball at the letters, 0-1. Gebhardt hitless today. He's 0 for 3 after hits in his first 3 games of the season. Fouls it back. No balls and 2 strikes to Gebhardt. Left-handed hitter from Redmond. Again, now in the transfer portal after this past season at Northern Colorado. The 0-2. Fastball. Low and inside. 1-2. Didn't miss by much. Two-way player at Northern Colorado. We have yet to see him on the mound for the Drifters. At least this season. We saw him a bit last year. 1-2 pitch. Misses again. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gebhardt. Transfer from Lane Community College. So back in the South Willamette Valley. 2-2 pitch. It's looked at, and it's called strike 3. 1 left stranded. No hits, no runs, and no errors. We now head to the 7th inning. The score is 9-1. It's the Elks with the lead here on the Drifters streaming network. Top of the 7th inning. The score is 9-1, a lead as large as a monster truck as the Elks come up to hit, leading by 8. Brayton Orem leading things off, and actually scratch that. Orem's being pitch hit for as it's popped up out towards the left side, and making the catch is the third baseman, Noah Cox. Out number 1. Believe that was a pinch hitter. Julian Jimenez in for the first time today. He pops up. So a couple of substitutions. So Hanma is now into the game at third base. I think maybe he was the one that made the catch. Pitch in for a strike, 0-1 to Daniel Cook. So Hanma is at third base. Starr is at shortstop. Pitch down and away from Austin Dillon. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nolan Miller is still out in left field. Gebhardt in center. Second base is Cooper Mullins. At first base, it looks like it's Jackson Walker. 1-1 pitch from Austin Dillon. It's fouled away. 1-2. I'm looking out in right field. Oh my gosh, it is. It's Chase Nye in right field. Pitch down and away. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. To be honest, I did not know that Chase Nye could play in the outfield. I've only seen him at shortstop or third base, but he's out in right field right now. Maybe getting some reps, and that's what summer ball is all about, getting those reps. 2-2 pitch. It is down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Daniel Cook. Two. It's outside. Well, 3-2, and it is a walk. So a 1-out walk, puts a runner at first base for Hunter Allen. And is it Allen?
Number 26, Hunter Allen.
It is. So Allen will come up to the plate with a runner at first, leading by 8. Austin Dillon delivers a pitch down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Blake Stavros, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. It is down and away. 2-0 to Hunter Allen. And his return to Springfield, the Pleasant Hill native, a former Billy. Reached on an air. RBI ground out and a pop-up. Still searching for his first hit back here at the Hamlin Sports Complex. Takes it down and away. 3 balls and no strikes from Austin Dillon. The right-hander from Sandpoint, Idaho. His second season with the Springfield Drifters after a short stint at the end of last year. 3-0 pitch. It's a fast walks, put 2 on for Bend in the top of the 7th inning.
Now batting number 22, Matt Dobson.
Matt Dobson will now come up to the plate. Dobson, the right-handed hitter. 2 RBI double in the 4th. That was his highlight today. Takes pitch for a strike. 0-1. Strike out and pop up other than that 2 RBI double. Has 2 on here. Fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and 1 strike. Dillon looks back towards second base and now fires in. And it's in for a strike. 2-2. Drifters have game number 2 coming up tomorrow against the Bend Elks. First pitch, 6:35 once again. 2-1. It is down and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Matt Dobson. A full count as Austin Dillon, the 4th pitcher in the game for Springfield, is struggling to find the zone. 3-1 pitch. Fastball high and inside, and it's another walk. Dillon has come into the game and walked the bases loaded.
Now batting, number 14, Jace Nagler.
Jace Nagler back up, and times is called. Dean Stiles coming out to talk things over with Dillon. His second appearance of the year. His first appearance was on the 31st of May. 2 innings pitched with 2 earned runs, 3 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts to the 10 batters he faced. And now Stiles, the pitching coach, out to talk things over with his right-hander. Stiles, a Eugene native, over 40 years of coaching experience, both collegiately with the University of Oregon, Florida International University.
Catching for the Drifters, number
When coached in the big leagues a little bit. He's a member of the pitching development programs with the Dodgers and Tigers. With the Dodgers in 2020 when they won their World Series. Big piece in that pitching plan for LA. So he heads back into the dugout. Bases loaded, 1 out. After Dillon started the inning with a pop-up in foul territory, 3 straight walks, bases loaded, and the top of the order, and Jace Nagler. First pitch, it's a fastball, and it's called a strike. Dillon able to connect with the low outside corner. 0-1 to Nagler, who's still searching for his first hit today. Strikeout, pop-up, ground out, and a hit by pitch. The 0-1. Fouled away, 0-2. Nagler was hit by that pitch last inning, came in to score. One of the 3 runs in the inning that stretched the lead to 8. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball looked at, away. 1-2 to Nagler. Elks looking to add on to their lead. They've scored 8 runs in the last 3 innings. The 1-2, way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, 2 games against Bend this week, tomorrow and on Thursday, and then back-to-back non-league games against the Northwest Stars on Friday and Saturday. 2-2, fastball high. 3 balls and 2 strikes after starting ahead 0-2. Now it's Dillon in danger of walking in a run. The 3-2 pitch popped up in the infield. Armstrong is now watching it blow into the bleachers. Foul ball. Wind is howling still out towards left field. It was 18-mile-per-hour gusts of wind earlier. Still 18-mile-per-hour gusts of wind. About 11 miles per hour consistently. Heading out towards the southeast. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Lifted in the air out towards shallow center field. Aiden Gebhard comes in, makes the catch. Runner at third is going to stay at third as it's cut off by Walker. So it's a fly out to center field as Dillon gets a much-needed second out and avoids walking in a run to Nagler. 2 outs, bases loaded, 9-1. Bend with the lead in the top of the 7th. Jace Miller is now going to be pinch hit for. Aaron Lewis is now going to come up to the plate. Left-handed hitter from the University of Portland. Takes the pitch for a strike, 0-1. Miller a double in his last time up before now being pinch hit for by Aaron Lewis. Checks his swing, and he went around. Dillon gets ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. So Miller a 1-for-4 day with the RBI down the left field line. His return to the Hamlin Sports Complex. Second straight season coming back to Hamlin as a member of the Bend Elks. No balls and 2 strikes with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Austin Dillon fires in a pitch that's inside. 1-2 to Lewis. This just the 5th at-bat of the season for Lewis, originally from San Francisco. Went 0 for 4 in a game against Ridgefield on the 30th of May. The 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul to the first base side. 1-2. At Portland this past season, 6 starts, 12 appearances for Lewis, 2 hits and 26 at-bats. One of them, though, was a double. Just an .077 batting average. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Dillon. Up and away. 2-2. A lot of walks again for Springfield. 3 of them in this inning. A total of 8 in the ballgame. 2-2. Lifted out towards left field. It's slicing towards the corner, and it lands into the party deck. Foul ball to Lewis. So we'll do the 2-2 pitch once again. Getting towards dusk in Springfield. Lights fully on, and you got a nice pink sunset out towards the outfield. Got the lovely view of Spencer's Butte out towards left center field. Right above the forested trees in Springfield. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dillon shakes. Now comes set. The pitch. Fouled off. 3 foul-offs with 2 strikes. Lewis isn't going down easy. He wants to score more runs for Bend. They're not satisfied with an 8-run lead. Especially with 3 more frames to go. I mean, the Elks have scored 8 runs in the last 3 innings. Who knows? Maybe Springfield does that in their next 3 innings. 2-2. Foul tipped. 4 foul-offs. What a battle. This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat to Aaron Lewis. What a way to just come off the bench and battle right away. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouls it back. Man, what an at-bat. So we'll do the 2-2 again. I feel like I've been just repeating myself. I feel like a broken record. I just want to stretch. We're almost there. 2 balls and 2 strikes with the bases loaded in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Oh my goodness. This is going to be the 11th pitch of the at-bat. 6 straight foul-offs with 2 strikes. Where are the fans? We need to get some clapping going. I mean, come on. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Up and away. Whew. No foul-offs, but we're going to get another pitch in this at-bat. Bases loaded, a full count. The payoff pitch. Up and away, and Lewis earned that run and RBI and walk. What a battle. As a total of, let's see here, 12 pitches in that at-bat. Brings in a run. As the score is now 10-1. So Lewis advances to first. Allen goes from second to third, and Dobson from first to second. It's a 9-run lead for Bend. And now a pinch hitter. Easton Amundsen is being pinch hit for. Pitch is up and inside, 1-0. It's Vinny Salvione. Right-handed hitter who's uncommitted right now. Takes the 1-0 for a strike, 1-1. A veteran in the WCL, back with the Elks. Spent last season with Bend after starting in Portland. Ended up with the Elks. Ended up playing 45 games with Bend. Vinny takes a strike, 1-2 from Austin Dillon. One ball and 2 strikes with the bases loaded. Elks have 10 runs, but only 4 hits. 1-2. Salvione has the 5th hit of the game as he hits it out towards the right side of the infield for an infield base hit. Throw goes to second, and not getting back there safely is Lewis as he's tagged out. So 1 run will come in and score as Allen comes in from third. Dobson ended up at third base. Lewis was out at second as it is a 4-3-6 fielder's choice play after the RBI infield single. It's a 10-run lead. Elks leading as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Finally can stretch here in Springfield. No balls and 1 strike to start this inning. A pinch hitter at the plate is Logan Hanma. Hanma takes a pitch up and away. 1-1 from Knowlton. It is 11-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Good to stand up and stretch a little bit as we're approaching about 2 hours, 2.5 hours into this ball game. As you can tell with me stumbling, it's getting a little bit late, especially with this game at 10 runs apart. Pitch is up and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Hanma. So Hanma, his first AB today. Heading off to USC next year for his freshman season with the Trojans. Takes a pitch outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. To the left-handed hitter who's 4 for 8 to start his Drifters career. Payoff pitch. It's up and away. So it's a leadoff walk to start the inning for Springfield.
Batting, number 22, Nolan Miller.
Brings up Nolan Miller. Single, ground out, and a walk so far. The show goes on. First pitch. It's up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Miller. Looks like Bowman Wingard is on deck. Miller takes the 1-0 for a strike. 1-1. No run rule in summer collegiate baseball. I mean, this is a league to let players develop. Get guys some reps. That's why you play WCL baseball, to try to grow a little bit in the offseason. 1-1 pitch. It's lofted in the air out towards left field. A long run, and Miller can't find it. Actually, a new player out in left field. We'll get you that in just a second. As Nolan Miller has a double. And now coming in to score is Hanma. I looked down for a second to put it in my scorebook, and an error on the throw from the cutoff man is going to score Hanma from third base. So it's 11-2.
Number 25, Bowman Wingard.
So Wingard will come up to the plate. Pinch hitting for Dylan Carson, the DH. Wingard 0 for 7 to start his season with Springfield, a right-handed hitter from McAllister College. Fastball up and away, and it's going to get away from Hunter Allen as Nolan Miller advances to third base. It is really hard to see who's out in left field for the Bend Elks right now. Their jerseys have tan numbers on the gray jerseys. Not the easiest sight for a broadcaster. 1 ball and no strikes to Wingard. 0 for 4 in the game on the 31st and 0 for 3 on the game on the 30th on opening day. 1-0 pitch. Wingard takes a strike. 1-1. He's originally from Palo Alto, California. Spent last season in the Cal Ripken League. 1-1. Popped up behind the plate. Allen finally realizes it, and it falls right behind him. Wind blew it right back towards the home plate side, and Hunter Allen thought it was headed out of play. Dropped down right near, or he's squatting right here behind the plate. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. 2-2. Still nobody out. 9-run game, 11-2 with a runner at third base. Pitch. Chopper towards third. Backhanded by Dobson. Throw to first base. A one-hopper beats Wingard for out number 1. Brings up Cooper Mullins.
Number 4, Cooper Mullins.
Mullins a fly out to left field. Ground out to first and an RBI single. The only Drifters player with an RBI today. Takes a pitch outside the zone. A little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes to Mullins, the Michigan man. 1-0. Fastball low. 2 balls and no strikes. The score 11-2. Bend being out hit 5-4. It's mainly been a lot of walks for Springfield and 4 errors defensively. Swing and a miss by Mullins. 2-1. Up to 9 errors on the season for Springfield. It's been a brutal start defensively. 2-1 pitch. Line to third, diving play by Dobson. 91 miles per hour off the bat of Mullins, and it went right into the webbing of Dobson for out number 2. And it looks like we're getting a pitching change here. So this is going to be it for Knowlton. With pinch hitter coming up for Springfield, looks like Caden Gould be coming in, and a new pitcher coming into the game for the Elks. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break here on the Drifters live stream. Caden Gould takes a first pitch strike. No balls and one strike. It's Nolan McCormack. Runner at third, 2 outs, 11-2 the score. The 0-1 pitch. It's fouled away. 0-2 to Gould. He comes in for Preston Armstrong. Yet another substitution for Springfield. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. That'll do it for Gould, as coming in was McCormack to sit him down, and that'll do it for the Drifters after 1 hit, 1 error, 1 run, 1 is left stranded. What the 8th, 11-2 the score. It's the Elks with the lead. Frederick Wooten is leading things out for the Bend Elks as he takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Fredo is what they call him. LaFrederick is his name. Fredo swings and misses, 0-2. So he came in as a pinch runner in the sixth, and now batting to lead off the eighth, Caden Richardson misses up and inside, 1-2. Austin Dillon, just one inning pitch, one hit, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and no strike. Popped up in the infield. Looking for it is Richardson. It backs up, and it's off his mitt. It's the 5th error today. My goodness. Well, runner at first, nobody out. Top of the 8th, and it's 11-2 after the 5th error of the game defensively for the Drifters. Brings up Wynn Gurney. First pitch. It's taken. Is this Gurney?
Number 6, Gavin Klenner.
It's not. It's Gavin Klenner. Klenner takes it for a strike, 0-1. There's so many substitutions in this game. I feel bad for Kaylee. I really do. I mean, she's had a rough weekend, and tonight might be rough trying to put in all these substitutions as this is lifted out of play. Foul. 1-1. But it's okay. We'll support her. We'll pick her up like a forklift operator picking up a wooden cart or something. 1-2. It is swung on and miss. Out number 1. So 1 out, a runner at first base. 11-2 the score in the top of the 8th inning.
27, Julian Jimenez.
And here's Julian Jimenez. Jimenez cuts through the first pitch. 0-1. So Jimenez back up at the plate. Popped up to start the 7th inning, last inning. The 0-1. He takes a pitch for a strike. 0-2 from Caden Richardson, who's battled back with a strikeout, and now ahead 0-2 after the error. Swing and a miss, a strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts. 2 outs in the top of the 8th, with the runner at first after the error. 9-run lead for Bend.
Now batting, number 35, Daniel Cook.
Brings up Daniel Cook. He's one of the lone players that are still in the game as he takes a pitch for a strike, 0-1. He reached on an error in the 4th, walked last inning in the 7th. 2 runs today. Takes the 0-1. Upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. In for a strike. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Tie. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Cook looking for his first hit. Still in the game, the shortstop from Pepperdine. 2-2. Jammed up, rolled to the right side. Mullins Fields shuffles the feet and completes the inning. 1 left stranded after 1 error. No hits and no runs. We now head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The score is 11-2. Bend with the lead here on the Drifters streaming network. Jackson Walker fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. Drifters trailing 11-2 in the bottom of the eighth inning. Jackson Walker, Chase Nye, and Bryant Starr due up for the Drifters. 0-1 pitch. It's swung on and missed by Walker. 0-2. He's 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking. His first time up. That was in the sixth inning as a pinch hitter. The 0-2. Foul tipped. It's a strikeout to start for Nolan McCormick. After having a strikeout last inning, he now has his second. One out, nobody on, and Chase Nye back to the dish.
Chase Nye.
Nye 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. Pitch into Nye, and it's fouled away into the dugout of the Elks. 0-1. We were talking about walk-up songs a little bit earlier. Nye last year, we gave him the Bill Nye the Science Guy walk-up song. He was not a fan of it. The 0-1. It's taken for a strike. 0-2. It lasted for a good week, and then after a week, he was a late addition, and so we needed to put a walk-up song for him. Eventually, after a week, he said, guys, we can't be doing this. So we changed it. The 0-2, grounded towards the right side at second base. Nagler flips it to first to retire Nye for out number 2. Brings up Bryant Starr.
Now batting number 2, Bryant Starr.
First pitch to Starr. A little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. He walked his first time up. That was in the 6th. The 1-0. Hit on one hop to first. A nice sliding play at first base. A diving play to the bag, and that'll do it for the inning. A really nice play at first base.
At the end of the 8th inning, no hits.
Trying to see who it is. It was a new first baseman, and with the tan numbers again, it's hard to see. Either way, it was a heck of a play by the first baseman. We're headed now to the 9th. It's 11-2. 9-run lead for the Elks as we head to the 9th here on the Drifters streaming network. Hunter Allen to lead things off in the top of the 9th inning. Launches a ball deep towards left center field. It's staying in the yard and out in center field to make the catch. It's Aiden Gebhard for out number 1. 11-2 the score, top of the 9th inning. Now the 9-hole hitter.
Batting number 22, Matt Dobson.
Matt Dobson. Nagler is on deck. So 1 out, Caden Richardson still in the game. The right-hander winds and fires. It's down and away. 1 ball and no strike to Dobson. 2 RBI double in the 4th. Walked his last time up. Other than that, a strikeout and a pop-up. Pitch in at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike in this 9-run game in the 9th. 1-1. Down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Getting late. Another 3-hour game, it looks like, here in Springfield. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First pitch was at 6:36. It is now 9:20. 2-2 from Richardson. Swing and a miss. A strikeout. His third. I'll tell you what. He might be the player of the game despite this result. A couple of really good at-bats for the pitcher. He did have the air to start, but after the pop-up to himself, he struck out 3 of the next 5 batters he's faced. Pop-up out towards the left side, and it goes into the bleachers. They're quite empty at this point. Fair. It's a 9-run game. It's a school night. There was a lot of kiddos in the stadium, and kids, it's getting towards bedtime. The 0-1, breaking ball, inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Richardson looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. Misses up and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Nagler. Hitless today in the leadoff spot. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Jammed up and fouled behind. 2-2. Two-two pitch. Popped up in the infield. Mullins, the second baseman, just beyond the mound, drops it. The 6th there today for Springfield. We're going to play on. As new pinch hitter is going to come up to the plate. And it's Aaron Lewis in for Miller, so it's the second time back up. So he's just back out there. First pitch, it is up and away. 1-0. Man, 6 errors. Drifters had 5 errors entering today. 6 in 1 game. My goodness. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. And it's been a couple of those, just pop-ups in the infield. I mean, there is the breeze out there. Maybe that affects things a little bit. 1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2. Maybe it's the lighting, I don't know. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Foul tipped. Strike 3. 4th strikeout for Caden Richardson. And we'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Drifters trailing by 9. Let's see if they can pull off a miracle. They're out hitting the Elks 5-4. Who knows what happens on the other half of this break here on the Drifters live stream. Drifters have 3 outs to work with to try to score 9 runs. Aiden Gabhard at the plate. Pitch from Nolan McCormack is fouled away. 0-1 to Gabhard. Gabhard, Hanma, and Miller. Top of the order, 1, 2, and 3 due up. Drifters today 6 errors defensively. That's been the story of the game. The 0-1 pitch is taken for a strike. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Gabhard, looking for his first hit today. Hits in his first 3 games. Grounds the ball to the left side. Sliding play at short by Cook. The long throw to first base won't even happen. Gabhard and his speed, he legs it out for an infield single. Well, it starts with 1, and the 6th hit of the game for Springfield. They have their runner at first base. 11-2 the score. Bend with the lead. And now here's Logan Hanma. Walked his first time up. First pitch to him. Swinging through his shoes. 0-1. So Hanma, the future USC Trojan, has a runner at first, nobody out. Let's see what Springfield does in this 9th inning. The 0-1. Taken for a strike, throw to second, not in time. It's another stolen base for Aiden Gabhard, who now has 3 stolen bases on the young season. No balls and 2 strikes to Hanma after the pitch was in for a strike. Pitch is outside. 1-2. So a chance for an RBI here for Hanma. 1 so far on the young season. 1-2 pitch. Misses low, below the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got to think any ball into the outfield. Drops down for a base hit. You're going to score Gabhard from second base. 2-2 pitch. Hanma goes down, swing another strikeout from McCormack. As he picks up his 3rd strikeout. Drifters down to their final 2 outs. Nolan Miller back up to the plate. One of the few players to remain in the game the entirety of the way. He takes a pitch. Low. 1 ball and no strikes. Pair of hits, a walk and a run scored today for Miller. The 1-0. Launches the ball towards center field. Good sound off the bat, but it's a hard line out to center field. 95 miles per hour off the bat and went right to the center fielder, Julian Jimenez. Bowman Wingard.
Number 25, Bowman Wingard.
With 2 outs and a runner at second. Drifters trailing by 9. Last hope for Springfield. First pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Wingard 0 for 1. Grounded out in the 7th to third base. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch in. Foul tipped. 0-2. Drifters down to their final strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Cormack comes set. The Elks dugout clapping. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's the ball game. The Elks win game number 1 of the series in dominant fashion. 11-2 the final, as the Elks score 1 run in the second, 4 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, and 2 in the seventh. Springfield scoring 1 run in the fifth and seventh. The Drifters out-hit the Elks by a score of 6-4, but 6 errors for Springfield cost them. We got game number 2 coming up tomorrow. It's going to be a 6:35 first pitch here at the ballpark. I'll have the pregame show running at around 6:15. Drifters lose this one and drop to 1-3 on the season. I'm Knight Jarecki. We'll see you tomorrow for more Drifters baseball here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and stay up to date for all things Springfield Drifters on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us and bearing with us today with the new graphics. We hope you enjoyed it. Special thanks to Mackenzie for helping out with graphics today for the first time for the new system. So great job today, Mackenzie, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Drifters baseball here on YouTube.